What?
Hear ye, hear ye! Her Highness Princess Blossom approaches!
Princess who?
Hello, my loyal subject. 'Tis I, Heather Blossom. No need to bow or kiss my hooves, but the gesture was very appreciated.
An honor to meet you, Your Highness.
Please, just call me Heather. I'm certain you must be wondering by now why such a pragmatic member of royalty such as myself has decided to venture to your channel.
Well, yeah, you're...
The reason why is that I find myself in a rather odd predicament. Are you familiar with the recent episode of My Little Pony, Castle, Sweet Castle?
Well, yeah...
Personally, I find I'm kinda just meh about the whole thing, which makes it a bit more difficult to review, but I hear you like this episode quite a bit, don't you?
Yeah, Wait, are you asking me for a collab?
But of course! What do you say, My Little Pony?
Your hooves smell like pizza crust, and I'm in. Cue the intro. Hello, I'm the British Brony, reviewing The Magic of Friendship for your viewing pleasure. Today we'll be looking at Castle, Sweet Castle. The plot is very simple now that I think about it. Twilight Sparkle is having trouble feeling at home in her new castle, and her friends try their best to fix that.
Many shenanigans ensue with a heartwarming resolution, and that's basically the whole shebang. I would argue, though, that we learned multiple lessons in this episode, like 1. Choking hazards are very real and don't just apply to children. 2. Being passive-aggressive never helped anyone. Be direct with people. 3. Never get a massage from a guy who can bust through walls without a scratch. And 4. Moving to a new place, even if it's a castle, is very hard, especially after your former home was blown up by a power-crazed centaur named after a dinosaur.
All that and you just feel meh?
Well, yeah, don't get me wrong. I understand why people like this episode. There are tons of things to like. But it's the core conflict that has me disconnected. I just can't relate to it. I've moved before and I was not happy about it. I had to leave my friends and the only home I'd ever known to a crummy desert, of all places. But my struggles in Twilight's are not the same. In my case, my old house wasn't destroyed or anything. I can still go see it fully intact and it's hardly painful. My main grievance is that I hardly get to see my friends, a grievance which Twilight clearly isn't having. You ask me, she's seeing them a bit too much.
Well, I'm used to moving into a new home myself. I've done it a lot in the past 12 years or so. But when I first moved, I was kinda nervous like Twilight. And over time though, moving wasn't such a big deal. With Twilight, she moved to the library from her Canterlot home at the start, but then she seemed more aggressively reluctant. That is, until after the whole Nightmare Moon debacle, when she wanted nothing more than to stay. Probably because she now had good memories there. By the time of Twilight's Kingdom, she had grown so attached to that place, she was devastated to see it go. I'd probably be the same if I had a home that I lived in for a long time and saw it got blown up and the universe went, hey, here's a castle.
That's true, not to mention any irreplaceable valuables she had in there at the time are long gone. All her books, which she had established earlier that season meant a lot to her, burned. Any photos she might have had of her family and friends, scorched. In fact, I wonder what personal belongings she has left. Was Aloysius the only thing/pet saved?
Actually, did Aloysius even return? I mean, she flew off at the end, but back to the episode, and we see Twilight thinking she's a pancake. Cute.
I've heard the phrase, I am pancake, enough now to last me a lifetime. And I suppose we should address the song, if you can even call it that. It wasn't as incredibly forgettable as In Our Town in the season opener, but it sure as heck wasn't one of the catchier tunes we're accustomed to receiving from the show. Que pasa, Daniel Ingram?
Que Pasaque, pasaque, Come again, Your Highness?
It's Spanish for... Oh, never mind. What did you think of the song?
Meh, it was another decent song to add to the pile. You got the plot going, but there's nothing else to say on it.
Well, we could mention how during it the Remain 5 took the wrong turn in refurbishing the castle. Now, it's not too bad. When trying to make someone else comfortable, you may think, what would I want in their position? They just forgot to put themselves more firmly in Twilight's shoes.
They've known her for like a year in their time approximately, and yet they couldn't even find one book? Come on, Dasher, you have Darren Doombirds. Couldn't you share a couple with Twilight?
Well, it's not too off. If anyone knows Twilight Sparkle, they know she loves her friends, and in the end, I thought what they had done was appropriate, so that anywhere Twilight goes in the castle, she'll have a little piece of them.
Ah yes, the rude chandelier, a majestic present.
And hopefully not infested with termites.
Don't you mean twitmites, or whatever they are?
Oh, leave the puns to the professionals, son.
Puns are my business, Your Majesty. See my cutie mark?
Last I checked, I was the founder of the Princess Pun Party. What are your credentials outside a butt tattoo?
It has the wittiest of pun makers on there. Seriously, go watch Ed's World, every pony. Wink.
Maybe in Ed's world he's king, but we're in Equestria now.
Anyway, Your Majesty, are we just about done on our review?
I'd say so, old chap. I'm Heather Blossom, and I will see you back at my place.
Wait, me or them?
Both. I'm having meatloaf tonight.
Will there be corned beef as well? I love corned beef.
You know it.
This could be the start of a beautiful friendship, Your Majesty.
Call me Heather, my loyal subject.
I think you're awesome now. Maybe I can help with a bit of knowledge of British royalty.